It is 4 p.m. This is Councilor Bill Solms. I'm calling this special meeting of the Town Council Finance Committee to order at 4 p.m. Present are Councilor Ingalls, Councilor Solms, Councilor Malone, Councilor Davis, Councilor McGrattan, and Councilor Sebelia. In addition, we have Amanda Hutchinson present from the Bay and one person, I'm not sure if it's Andra or there's someone identified as user on the Zoom link, or on the web link. Have I missed anyone?
No, Bill, just to confirm, user is me.
It is you. Okay, good.
It is me. I don't see how to rename myself, but just so you know.
Let me see if I can.
Hey, Mike. Hey, how you doing? Good.
And present is Councilor Mike Washington as well. I'm just updating that compass. This is not a regular meeting. We don't have any minutes, so I'm going to jump into the business of the meeting. We can't amend the agenda because it's a special meeting, so I will call for a first motion.
I recommend a motion to appoint Assistant Finance Director Ian Stammel as Treasurer to fill a vacancy left by the retirement of Nancy Gosselin effective June 18, 2020 in accordance with the Mayor's Staffing Plan as proposed in Fiscal Year 2020-2021 budget.
Second. Councilor Ingalls, second.
Thank you. Discussion.
So, I was basically the one who called this meeting, so I'll just say after some review and a lot of discussion with Councilor Solms, and actually I did a quick phone call with Ian or Mr. Stammel yesterday. I'm confident that with the potential of, there certainly is, in my concern, was a potential conflict of interest ethically because of the job share between the Assistant Finance Director and the Treasurer, one reporting to the Finance Director and the other one reporting to the Finance Committee directly, that he understands that there is that potential and he's guarded against it, and I would tell you he has my full confidence in being able to execute the job with no doubt of any ethical issues regarding who pays, who he reports to for 70% of his job, who he reports to for 30% of his job. And with that said, I will leave it open to further comment.
Thank you, Tom. Councilor Ingalls?
I voted in favor of this Wednesday night. I'm comfortable with it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wish to speak? Okay, so as you know, I voted. I won't go through all my reasons again. I do want to say I have complete and total confidence in this mayor, this council, and the person that we are appointing to this position. All of my objections were, should situation change in the future, we still have that opportunity to do that every year. In fact, we can do it in 6 months if we want to. And I will be back if, during my tenure as a councilor, if I think there's a problem. I will vote no on principle, but I am not standing in the way of it. Any other discussion?
Chairman Davis, I would just like to add that
it's fine to vote no, but there's no other option. It's not like we have a choice. So the only option is to vote yes, in my opinion, is to vote yes, unless there's a second proposal, and there has never been a second proposal. So I can't vote yes here, but I will vote yes at the council meeting.
Yep. Thank you, Linda. This Councilor Storm, I meant to mention that we really have no option. We had no option when we voted on this back on Wednesday, which I thought was clear. We're out of time to do anything, and I take responsibility for the fact that we did not do something sooner. So, anyone else?
Yeah, this is Washington.
Yes, go ahead, Tom.
I don't see what the real big issue is, because it's not like we're married to this forever. There's an out if it doesn't work, and there's safeguards in place as far as anything that may not be appropriate taking place. So I don't see a reason why not to do it. That's it.
And I hear that. Having spoken my mind about that, I don't want to speak any more about it, but that's a good point. Anyone else? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 So that was Councilor Ingalls and Councilor Malone. Councilor Solms votes no. Motion passes. Thank you. Next motion, please.
I move that we recommend the council adopt a proposed fiscal year 2020-2021 budget in the amount of $60,135,758, comprised of general government of $26,946,338, and Board of Education of $33,189,420.
Is there a second? Is there a second? I'll second it. Councilor Solms seconds.
Seems that Mr. Malone is going in and out again,
Okay.
as what happened the other night.
Okay, so I would like to make one change to the budget, which does not change any of those numbers. I've been holding this, waiting for us to finalize the budget. I have talked with Finance Director Hancock. I'm proposing that we restore the generator funding line item for the Gales Ferry Firehouse generator. I spoke with the mayor about it, 3 weeks, a month ago. And his concern is that as proposed, I'm sorry, there's a lot of background noise. Is someone trying to speak? Okay, so as proposed, the Gales Ferry Fire Department is set aside for a generator that will power the entire complex. I understand why they would want to do that, but I don't think we need to do that. And my proposal, with the mayor, my proposal on agreement with the mayor. I don't know where we're getting sound from. Anyway, my proposal in agreement with the mayor is that we would cap funding once we've reached the amount set aside in the SIP for that generator to replace it when necessary. We would not continue to set aside money to buy bigger than we have now. There's nothing wrong with the generator. Again, this is just capital being set aside in a reserve fund. When I talked to Mayor Marshall Hancock, she said that there is money in the undesignated capital fund, and that is actually called the, let me find it. It's the CNR undesignated fund. There is $363,806 in that fund. My proposal is we take $10,000 from there put it towards the Gales Ferry generator. And if you look at the budget, you'll see that it is proposed to be funded in future years as well as the same amount. And that's my suggestion. Any comments?
This is Councilman Malone. I had to join by phone. My WebEx kind of crapped out on me.
Okay, so Tom, we've moved on the budget. We have a motion. Oh, you heard that? Okay.
I heard that part. Yep.
Okay, so I'm proposing that we add $10,000 back to fund the Gales Ferry generator tip. It does not change the budget numbers. We don't have to make any adjustments to the mill rate or anything else as a result of that. And we have thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the CNR undesignated.
Right. So, go ahead, Linda.
This is Councilor Ingalls. So there's nothing wrong with the generator right now. This is just to make sure the money is set aside for the inevitability that the current generator fails.
That's correct. The Gales Ferry Firehouse was built by and is owned by Gales Ferry Fire Company, but the generator was installed by the town and is technically, it is owned by the town. So we're setting aside money to replace a town asset. Some of the discussion about this has been whether the Gales Ferry Firehouse should be a public shelter. I can't think of the name we usually call it. The answer to that is no, it shouldn't be, because every time you open a public shelter in an emergency, you have to staff it with police and emergency personnel. And we can't cover all the shelters that the town has. And we have an official shelter, Gales Ferry Fire Company, who's not one of them. However, I do believe that in a prolonged emergency, that fire station should have an alternate source of power. And what I'm talking about is if we had Hurricane Irene, power wasn't restored for a full week, those trucks have to be kept warm in the wintertime. It started. We have to run power equipment. We have to keep air in the tires of the trucks. We have to keep lights on in the building. So for that reason, I think it's a solid investment. I also think that we need to continue to invest and support the requests of our fire departments, because the alternative to volunteer firefighters is paid firefighters. So I personally want to support.
Bill, this is Councilor Washington.
Yes, Mike.
So just so I get this right, the premise is the money's going to be put aside for a future replacement capital costs to replace the existing generator. The quantity, the total value of that money is only going to be up to that cost that'll do what, 60%, 40% of the facility? Are you just running the major parts of the facility? Because you said they don't need a huge generator depending on what they're going to run.
Correct.
Is there any idea what that cost in today's dollars is to replace the generator?
No, my suggestion is, I don't know what the cost is, Councilor Washington. My suggestion is that we investigate that and cap it when we reach that dollar amount. We're not there yet.
Okay.
But it's hard to investigate, because you could cap it now, or a year from now or 2 years from now, and then generator costs change. So I just want to ask finance and the fire department to tell us what it would cost for a replacement when the time comes. And that's a little hard to do, but I don't think we need to set aside enough money to buy a bigger generator.
Okay, no, I agree.
And the mayor was okay with that. That's kind of where we came out on it.
Nope, it makes sense to have a generator for the facility so that if you lose power, the place can stay up and running still. That was it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, councilors ready to vote?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Councilor Ingalls, yes.
Councilor Malone says aye.
Councilor Psalm says aye. Motion passes. We are recommending this budget, moving it forward to the town council in less than 2 hours. Thank you very much. And
Meeting adjourned?
the meeting is adjourned without exception. Thank you all.
Okay, see you soon.
Thank you.